Hey guys, it's 10 Vivman here, bringing you another match. This is a Little Cup match I had with my good buddy TrollKartWii, and it was a very good match. I mean, it was our first Little Cup match ever, and turned out really well. So let's get this battle started. And he is going to lead off with a Mienfu, and Mienfu is a classic lead in Little Cup. It has so much offensive and just good scouting potential. But he surprises me first turn. He actually goes to the knockoff, which is I don't see that very common on Mienfus. And so he knocks off my Oran Berry as I go for my Stealth Rocks right on the first turn, which is always good to have up early on in the game. And it's actually a speed tie, which really surprised me. So I get a layer of spikes up quickly as he goes for the stab drain punch. And of course, he's going to get a lot of health back. And it does, it does a good chunk to me. And he wins the speed tie the second turn and goes for the U-turn. I live with 1 HP, which is, of course, awesome. So he switches out, and thanks to his regenerator, he will restore any HP that he lost. I don't think he takes an attack him, so. But just letting that know is he sends out a Shellmet as I get hit by entry hazards, and I set up another layer of spikes. So, and then let's see, yep, 12. I go for my stab rock blast on the Shelmet, and it hits 3 times, and it's just enough to knock out Shelmet. So I take a quick 6-5 lead, barely hanging on with my Twevel, but oh well. So he goes back into Mienfu, and I gets hit by entry hazards, and I wasn't sure if I should have gone for the spikes again. I should have, looking back on it, but I didn't. Just went for the Exorcism to do damage, and I'm completely forgetting that he had regenerator. So he kills me with the U-turn, and see, we're gonna be moving on with the match finally. As he goes into his Ammonite, and I go into my after the entry hazard damage, I go into my Remoraid. This is a Choice Scarf Remoraid, and I'm going to go straight for that Stab Water Spout, and that is just going to wreck this Ammonite. Goodbye, Ammonite. Stab Water Spout, 150 base power is nothing to be messing around with, but then he goes into his Execute, and this thing, oh my goodness, this thing is a good set he has on us. But I switch out. I don't want to take a stab grass move, so I go into Ghastly. He predicts a switch though, and he goes for the sleep powder, which that cripples my Ghastly pretty much if I can't wake up. So this is a timid Ghastly with Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, HP fighting, and sub. And he goes for a sub of his own, and I'm like, oh no, this thing is going to give me some massive trouble as I, of course, stay asleep. And he just goes for the stab psychic to kill me. I have an Oran Berry on this thing. The point is to sub up, hopefully, so you preserve a sub until the foe switches out, and you can get Oran Berry to restore your HP to full. As I go into my Scraggy, just hoping to break this sub, I go for the Stab Crunch. Of course, it's going to easily take out the sub, as he goes for a Stab Leaf Storm, which I did not see coming. So that Leaf Storm is going to do a pretty hefty chunk, but I'm holding a Violite, so but I should have predicted a switch here, but I didn't. I should have Dragon Dance, but I didn't. And he goes right back into Mienfu, and I just go Crunch again. I should have Dragon Dance, but I didn't. Ugh. Huge mistake there on my part. But, yeah. Scraggy's going to get destroyed by a Stab Drain Punch as he restores almost all of his HP back. And down goes Scraggy as I go into my Ekans. Now you're wondering probably why Ekans, but Ekans is a very viable Pokemon in Little Cup, just saying. But he switches out Mienfoo and goes into Wynot, and I'm like, oh no, why not? I set up a Coil on the Switch, which, if you don't know, Coil is a move that boosts attack, defense, and accuracy by 1 stage each. Of course, I am faster. I don't want to be Encored, so I just go for the Stab Gunk Shot, hoping it a +1 Gunk Shot will KO, but it does not, as he goes for the Encore, so I'm stuck now into Gunk Shot. And of course, I can't switch out thanks to his ability Shadow Tag. I go for the Gunk Shot again, but it misses, and that just screws me over back in. So if he goes for the Destiny Bond, so now if I KO it, I'm done. Atkins will hit the second Gunk Shot, and I will take out the Why Not, but thanks to Destiny Bond, Atkins, my full HP Atkins, I get a crit, will die thanks to Destiny Bonds. So that really blows, but there's nothing I can do about it. Hacks happens. But we get free switch ins. I go into my Remoraid, and he goes into his Mienfoo. And finally, this thing goes down to my nasty water spout. Oh, boom, done. Water Spout is just nothing to mess around with. It's just such a dangerous move, especially with Remoraid. But he goes back into Execute, and he reveals to me that Execute is Oranberry, which is a good move to have on it, or a good item to have on it. He takes more entry hazard damage, and I just stay in. I don't. My last two are Remoraid and my Sandile, and I don't want my Sandile dying right now. As I go for the Water Spout, almost takes it out, but I go with my. He goes with the Leaf Storm and completely obliterates Remoraid. So, but he gets the -2 special attack. Remoraid goes down, and his Harvest ability activates, so he gets his Oranberry back. And I'm like, oh no, that really screws me over. But I send out my last, which is Sandile, and he actually switches out. He didn't think Leaf Storm would KO. I think it would have, but I'm not sure. So sends out Ghastly to take a Stab Crunch. My Sandile is scarfed, and down goes Ghastly to that crunch. And now, thanks to my Moxie boost, I'm pretty sure I have this game in the bag. As he goes back into Execute, he was hoping that Harvest would again activate. I don't think Harvest activates after you switch in, but Execute goes down to another crunch, and that'll be the game as I get another useless Moxie boost. So that was a great game, TrollKartWii. Hope we can do more Little Cup matches in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good day, guys. See you later.